Sudan offers Russia its first naval base in Africa. What will give the Red Sea, the headline reads, Sudan offers Russia its first naval base in Africa. Red Sea port will give Moscow a vital edge in the strategic waters. And you will see why it is strategic in a second. So it says Sudan's military government have offered Russia what would be its first naval base in Africa and an unprecedented perch overlooking critical Red Sea trade routes, according to Sudanese officials. The deal, if it happens, will be a strategic advantage for Moscow, which will struggle to deepen its foothold on the continent. It will be a troubling development for the US, which has sought to keep Russia and China from controlling African ports where they could rearm and refit warships and potentially choke off vital sea lanes. So it's the idea, it's a proposal. Now, this is where Sudan is, and as you can see, it leads right up to the Suez Canal. And the United States, the Chinese base, and what have you, they're all here. So what do you say to this, Brother Milton?
All right. So to me, the bigger obvious issue in this story is the lack of sovereignty in Africa. Really, the lack of independence. You know, Raila Odinga, may he rest with the ancestors, but his father, Ginga Odinga, wrote that classic book. I highly recommend. It's not as widely known as Rodney or Nkrumah, but it's called Not Yet Uhuru. And Uhuru, of course, is the Kiswahili word for independence. So when you read an article like this, it's clearly not yet Uhuru in Africa. You just read a sentence that this is a troubling development for the United States, not a troubling development for Africa. In other words, Africa is a backdrop to these stories. So if anybody still wanted to debate whether there's a single independent country in Africa, I would strongly recommend this article. These countries are not independent. 60 years after Uhuru, this article to me just captures it. And of course, what the Russians are trying to do, or what Sudan is trying to do, is to do something similar to what the U.S. just did with the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, under Tshisekedi, the government is facing serious duress from Rwanda, which a year ago was talking about marching all the way to the capital of Kinshasa using its proxy, M23, to overthrow the government. And they might have done that. And that's why Tshisekedi ran to the U.S. and he brokered this deal. Come have access to my resources. Well, let's negotiate. I don't know what the terms are going to be. And basically what he's saying is come and rescue me from Rwanda. Otherwise, they'll overthrow me. And on that basis, the U.S., which is interested in these earth minerals, agree. And now, General Burhan in Sudan is trying to do the same thing. Russia, because Russia obviously is going to have military presence very close to the capital now, Khartoum. Come here, help my government because I'm under duress from the rapid support forces, RSF, which is being armed and equipped by the United Arab Emirates. So he's trying to strike a deal similar to what the Democratic Republic of the Congo did with the United States. And of course, the question is, will this regime be there in 25 years? I very much doubt it. So the longevity of this agreement is quite suspect, but the logic behind it is very clear. They're duplicating what the U.S. just did with the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Well, sister?
Africa, my Africa, is this you? This back that is bent. My God.